Hello, welcome to the Admissions Department. My name is Kayleigh Campbell. This is just a short video to guide you through the NSCD website and point out key areas of information. Any of the links that you'll see during this video will be provided in a separate document, as will our email address, so if you've got any questions at any point, you can just contact us via that email. So when you first go onto the website, this is what you'll see, and what you want to do is look at these headers at the top and select Study, and then Postgraduate, and then MA DaCE and Creative Enterprise. So this basically is all the information that you're going to need about the course. Here it tells you the closing deadline, so it's 30th of April 2021 for international applicants, and this is to allow time for the visa process, and then the 18th of July 2021 for UK/home students. So here you'll see download course fact file, so that will open a separate document, and that's a really in-depth look at the course. And the chances are that most questions you might have will be answered in that, but like I said, you can always email us if you do have additional questions. Here is a video, it's a message from our principal Sharon Watson just talking about the course, so that's a nice thing to watch. A course overview, and then if you scroll down a little bit, what will I study? And if you click here, you'll be able to look at the different modules. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see a list of the facilities, and you're able to explore these in a bit more detail. And then details about the project and arts management side of the course. Scroll down a little bit further, you'll see the research aspect of the course, and then the teaching and learning aspect of the course as well. And if you scroll a bit further down, this just details who can apply for this course, so who's eligible. And then at the bottom here, you've got NSCD value that's added. So, this is just things that are sort of specific to us at NSCD, so like on-site counselling, enrichment classes in the evening, lots of different things which are really worth checking out. And if we go back up to the top here, so once you've read all of this and you really feel like you want to apply for the course, which obviously we hope you do, you want to go to this How to Apply section. So if you just click onto that, it brings you to this webpage here, which just reiterates the closing date, and it also outlines that there is no actual audition for this course, it's just instead a two-stage application process. And that process is just detailed in this section here, which is called Important Information. What you just need to do is click on this plus. So this details what you need to send for the first stage of your application. So that's your personal information, your CV, filmed footage / showreel, and a written personal statement. For more detailed guidance on what that should include, you just click onto here, which will open a separate document, and it'll tell you, what you should include in your showreel, how many words your personal statement should be, and what should be included in that. So that's really helpful if you are needing extra guidance. So then if you just click onto the next plus, this is the application fee. So it's a one-off payment of £20. You do need to pay this in order for your application to be considered, so it's really important that you do so. Then if you click on this plus, this is the stage 2 interview, so you would get invited to a Skype interview if you were shortlisted from stage 1. So you wouldn't have to attend an interview at NSCD itself, it would be via Skype. Those who are not shortlisted from stage 1 will be informed at that point. And then the last plus, so following that interview, if an offer is made, you'll be told, and you'll have 3 weeks which to accept. If you are unsuccessful at that point, you'll also be informed. In relation to any of the offers that are made, there is this document here about changes to the contract, so it's really important that you read that. So if you just scroll back up to the top, one of the really important things that is good to know before you apply is fees and finance. So if you just click onto this section here. So at the top here it just sort of clarifies that home students refers to the UK, Ireland, and those who have EU settlement scheme status. So if you just hover over that, there is a link that you can click for more information. Overseas now applies to nationals of the EU who aren't part of that scheme, the EEA, and international, such as China and the USA. So here at the top is MA DaCE and Creative Enterprise, and you'll see that it's £8,000 for home students and £17,500 for overseas students. there is the details of the part-time cost. And full-time applicants may be able to apply for a bursary of up to £3,000, which I'll talk about in just a later section. These are for the other postgraduate courses, the fees. And if you scroll down, just a little bit of information about the United States federal loans, which of course only apply if you are an applicant from the USA. This is information about student finance, which is in relation to UK applicants. So the financial support section here, that just talks again about that bursary of up to £3,000, so that's dependent on household income. And if you are interested in that, then just email admissions and we can liaise with the finance team and look into that for you. Outside of this, there are no additional bursaries or scholarships available for postgraduates, unfortunately. However, we are continuing to explore other avenues of funding that might be available to students, and we've actually created a document which is here, which just lists all what we've found so far, so it is worth looking at that in case any of them do apply to you on an individual basis. This is just the associated costs when accepting a place on this course, so the administration fee and the course fee deposit, which applies to overseas students and those who are not using student finance. And then this section here is just talking about living and accommodation costs, so of course that's dependent on a sort of lifestyle choice and accommodation type, but if you click on the accommodation in Leeds section here, that'll just give you some good information regarding that. So if we just go to the top again, so if you are an overseas student, if you just go up to study again, and then this section here, overseas students, and click onto that. This basically just gives you a good idea of the visa process and what is required. So if you scroll down here, there's drop down boxes again, and this is dependent on sort of individual basis. And there's also a section about entry requirements, including English language entry requirements. So it's good to know that, you know, we'll support you throughout the visa process. And then there's also what we've introduced is that we'll reimburse the cost of immigration health surcharge, and we'll also provide free school meal vouchers for 2021 to 2022 for our overseas students. So if you just go to the bottom here and go to student support, and if you just click onto that, like I said, we will support you during the visa process, and if you've got any questions or concerns you can let us know. But there's also the student services team, and they, you know, support you with health and well-being, injury support, and also English language support. So it's really helpful and good to know that you've got that support in place. So if you just click onto this section here, which is called Student Life, this just gives you an overview of sort of what is available essentially. So we've got the student services, which I just talked about, life in Leeds and Yorkshire, so the surrounding area, accommodation, so types of accommodation and sort of associated costs, injury support, you know, why you should choose NSCD, student profile, so past and present students, library information and information on the facilities. So of course there's lots to explore on the website, and we hope you do explore that in your own time, but we just wanted to give you a sort of quick overview of the areas that you'll need to go really. So if you do have any questions, like I said, please do email us, but at this point, welcome to NSCD.